Hey, you unpopular maniacs, I'm back. So I'm going to talk a little bit on foreign affairs between the two candidates, in particular Ukraine, because this was a point in one of the debates, and I think this is a very good topic to talk about. As we all know, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden both support staying in Ukraine, or at the very least, continuing to send aid. Now, I know we've sent roughly $100 billion, probably closer to $200 billion at this point. But, I mean, look at what they've done. Look at what they've been able to do with that money. Now, imagine if we were actually bold enough to send boots on the ground. Now, I'm not saying we should do that. That's just going to make things worse. But for those of us, myself included, that drank the Russian Kool-Aid and believed the Russian propaganda, wow, we were proven wrong. As it turns out at this point, not only is Russia the second best army in Ukraine, but they're the second best army in Russia. So, Harris and Biden support it. Now, say Ukraine gets their victory. How do we pull out? They kept quiet on that. Because remember, as a general rule, the American military, we are masters of going in and blowing stuff up. What we do not do very well is rebuild. For crying out loud, we couldn't even properly rebuild ourselves at the end of the Civil War. So, Kamala Harris, you need to have a plan on what happens if Ukraine wins. Trump's plan is basically Putin's plan. Putin's negotiation for surrender, Just let us keep the territory that we conquered, and we will leave you alone. At this point, I'm sorry, Putin's promises aren't worth the paper it's written on. Putin has said that back in 2014, and here we are in 2023, and once again, he's still fighting in Ukraine. So, Trump wants to give Ukraine to Russia. Why? Here's my theory on it. He has good relations with the Russian leader. He invested a lot of money into the economy, into the Russian economy. He's done business in Russia. So, look, to a certain degree, nobody outside of Russia knows Putin probably better than this guy. However, to reward an aggressor nation for violating another country's sovereignty, are you looking to lower the standing of America amongst the world? And mind you, Donald, the world already looks at us and laughs. We need to do better. So, you have Kamala Harris supporting Ukraine but has no plan of pulling out if they win, and Donald, well, we'll just give them what they want. It's not looking very good for Ukraine. Ukraine is fighting for its very survival, and you can't tell me that we have countries like Iran, China, North Korea, they all, let's see here, China wants Taiwan, North Korea wants South Korea, and Iran just wants Israel out of there. They're taking notes, they're watching, and they're learning. This is a threat to global security, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. Like, comment, and/or subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.